the clean water, and especially the beautiful women. I don't know most of these people, but by the end of the day, they'll all be my friends.
Of course, it's such a great environment, you know, and it's in the center of the country, and you know, a lot of the racing events, you know, are at very small venues. They're out on the ocean where it's really rough, and there's not a lot of places for them to stay. And that's what's so unique about the Lake of the Ozarks. I mean, there's so many restaurants and resorts and motels and lots of things for people to do. They bring their families here, whereas you don't really see that at a lot of the other boating events.
Well, yeah, as far as the shootout goes, I think, as I said, it has really grown, and it's I think a financial asset to the whole lake area and the community.
Basically, there was 4 fire departments that put on the event. They furnished all the manpower to put on the event. They did everything, and it was Osage Beach, Lake Ozark, Gravois Mills, and Sunrise Beach, and they provided everything, you know, to run the entire thing. And Jeff Dorhauer and that crew and just did a fantastic job of putting on this. And it was a lot of work for those 4 fire chiefs, and especially for Jeff being the lead guy.
It started as a small event, as a bragging rights event, which it's still touted as today, and it still is. But it was a bunch of local boaters that wanted a safe way to see whose boat was truly faster. And naturally, when we talk about safety in an event like this, it was natural for the fire department to have involvement in this.
I remember I was playing in the nightclub down there as their DJ, and Fran Steingruby, who owned the property at that time, he liked fast boats. Of course, we all did. And I think it was Fran that actually came up with the idea. I don't really remember who it was, actual idea, but I believe it was Fran. And Fran went to the fire departments and contacted them and see if they would be interested in it. Well, Osage Beach jumped right on it. And we started out the first year, I guess I was a DJ, excuse me, in his nightclub, and I had my sound equipment in there. Well, for the first several, I couldn't even tell you how many shootouts, we would just roll my sound equipment outside and start talking about it.
By luck, I think, it's grown to what it has. You know, we met people like David Scott that introduced us through his marina to Powerboat Magazine. And Powerboat Magazine was big in giving this event some national spotlight.
Basically came to the Lake of the Ozarks with a friend, and one of the, back then, this was probably 18 years ago or so, performance boat went by, and we were sitting at a restaurant on the water, and I said, what was that? Because I've always raced as a hobby, you know, one form or another. And so that night we went down to what used to be Shooters, and they had several of the V-bottoms there on the display. The guys were out, and they had their hatches open. I saw the supercharged big blocks, and I said, wow, you know, I've got to have one of those. So that's how it all started. I bought my first fountain, and then when I got into my 42 fountain, I heard about the shootout, and I thought, well, we'll go give that a try. It is one of the largest, if not the largest, unsanctioned event that I'm aware of, and especially where you have, you know, speeds and performance at levels that are extremely high. I think there's no doubt, and even if you talk to other racers, we established a level of, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for here, but a level of competitiveness in the sport that really elevated it. And you can see that as it's continuing to grow, as now they have the strip party where all the boats are on display. And I mean, there's thousands of people down there. It's amazing the turnout. And if you've been in it, you know, like I have, and you go back to, you know, 15, 18 years ago, whatever, I mean, it's no comparison. It really has blossomed into its own point.
phenomenal compared to what showed up last year.
I'm running it's a 89 Python Vector. It's a 24-foot boat. Threw a big 600 cubic inch big block in it. It's 800 horsepower. We're just going to see what we can do.
It doesn't get any better than this. It's just growing each year. We have twice as many people downtown, and it's just a fantastic event for Shootout.
First of all, my mom's a breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed about 10 years ago, and she's been cancer-free for about 5 years. Last fall we found this boat, and I had always kind of had an affection towards these boats, but we found one for sale, and while we were dragging it home from Maryland where we bought it, every time we'd stop for fuel, we'd have a gathering of people. And somewhere in the middle of the night, we decided that, you know what, we could do something special with this boat. So we decided to make it a breast cancer awareness theme. And then I have several sponsors that signed on to help me out with it. So every weekend we're doing 1 to 3 events to try to spread the word about the importance of early detection.
Organization is called the Global Orphan Project. It's a faith-based organization out of Kansas City, and they help build orphanages all across the world. The orphanage that my wife and I decided to work on was in Haiti. We decided to do that before the earthquake. We go down there 2 or 3 times a year. We went down just before the earthquake, and then went down probably 6 months after. And we try and do an event every year here at Dog Days, and they let us lease out the slips to all the shootout participants that come down, and we throw one big party, and 100% of the proceeds go to the Global Orphan Project. Each year we've raised $6,000. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's a whole lot just for one night, and that $6,000 will feed a lot of kids for a long time.
Street event. From the first time we went, I was like, it'll be kind of cool, to where it's like the street's blocked off and there are people everywhere around your boat, and they're just, what are you gonna do this week, you know? And you can kind of give them the lowdown, and then they go back to their buddy that shows up and yeah, we went and saw the boat up close, you know, it was on the trailer and we were looking at its setup, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that you can visually tell on a boat that when it's on the trailer that you'll never see when it's in the water.
When it first started out, I believe it was 2 days, and then it went to 3. All throughout the years, it just kept building. Then at one point, it just got to the point that there were so many things that could be put in with it. Okay, the meet and greet that they have had down at the Strip for the last, what, 2 or 3 years? That's only been going on, like I say, 2 or 3 years, and that has become a very big thing. It's just like Hot Summer Nights or Magic Dragon Car Show.
Not only is it 120 miles, but it's a part of the lake that most people don't get to see. When you get close to Truman Lake and the Truman Dam, it turns into more of a small river, and there's, you know, little waterways, you know, left and right off of the main channel that you can accidentally go the wrong way. There's not very many houses up there, so it becomes a little you know, a little mysterious about what you're going to find once you get up the river, but everybody always has a good time, and you're right, people are pulling in here right now. We're always late going on this run. We used to always start it at 9 o'clock, and you know, a few of us locals have a hard time dragging our butts out of bed after the street party, and so we have evolved to starting at 10 o'clock. Next year I hope we move it back to 9, because by the end of the day I bet you we'll be fighting to get here get back before it's dark. run. Most of the way it's smooth water. In fact, right now we're probably the only boats that are going to be out there. It's what is it? Today's Thursday, so the lake's pretty slow anyway. The shootout, the guys testing their race boats, we'll get to see a few of those out there today. That'll be kind of exciting. But it's an easy ride. We even bring a couple chase boats along, a couple Yamaha jet boats that also do very well up there in that shallow water. If you get tired, you can't ride your wave runner all the way. You know, we have a tendency to put you in the jet boat and give you some vodka shots or whatever it is to get you feeling better, and then let somebody else ride your wave runner. So I totally recommend people that haven't done this before. I talked to tons of guys that wanted to go, but they had a lame excuse. My wife won't let me, or I had to weed the garden, or I had to fix my car. That's just lame excuses. We need to get up and do this. It's for a good cause, and it's great fun. And sometimes you just need to accomplish things that are a little tough. And going 120 miles on a wave runner, yeah, it's a little tough. So if you haven't done it before, come on out. If you've done it, join us again, because we're always looking for more fun and excitement.
Our goal is just to continue to expand the other events that are going on with the shootout. You know, we can handle up to about 140 or 150 racers. We were at about 110 last year. So there is room for growth with the racing part of it, but there's certainly a ton of growth in the other events that we have going on during the week. We wanted to become more than just a Saturday, Sunday event. We thought there was an opportunity there to bring, you know, people down to take their vacations here, not just a weekend vacation, but a week-long vacation.
If you look at Daytona, Florida, with the Daytona 500, they have the speed weeks down there. You know, it goes on for 2 or 3 weeks before the Daytona 500, and right after that it goes into bike weeks. That's what we're doing here. I think it's wonderful, because the longer these people are in town, the more money they're going to spend.
My name is Bill McNeil. I'm one of the people that helped put on the RC Mini Shootout. This is the second year that we've been doing it. Our conditions this year are a little less than favorable with the wind, but we're still having a good time. We've had a lot of people turned out. We've had a lot of boats. We've had a lot of fun. We have a variety of boats. We have open hydro, 3-point hydros. We have rigger boats. We have V-holes and catamarans. We have them that are powered by electric, nitro, methane, and gasoline. And although we don't have any here this year, they do have them also with turbines. Last year's Top Gun was Alstouse at 60 miles an hour. Right now, Alstouse is looking good for this year. We'll have to see if his number that he posted earlier today with this wind will hold at 50. But time will tell. This is the second time that we've done it. We're trying to emulate the big shootout with the radar, speed trap, top speed, bragging rights type of event. It's for fun, it's for charity. It's a good lead-in for the big shootout. We have in the middle of the week usually because it's quiet, but like I say, Mother Nature hasn't been the most cooperative. actual event, 60 miles an hour is the top speed and the record. Actually, these boats under optimum conditions can go 80 and 90 miles an hour. Doing it again next year. And hopefully Mother Nature will give us a better day.
Yeah, this is Wednesday. We've got the track all set up. We got to do some adjusting on it before the actual race itself. We have a 400-foot safety zone, which is the green buoys, and you need to be on the spectator side is the Captain Ron side of the green buoys. We will have anchors this year, anchor tenders on wave runners. They actually will come up to your boat and grab your anchor for you and set it, so you don't have to try to jockey around. That'll actually keep us running a smoother day all day because you won't be entering the safety zone. You have a 400-foot safety zone before you get to the red buoys, and then there's a 400-foot racetrack on the other side of that. So we do have plenty of area there that we can get the boat shut down if there is a problem. We'll have the boom will be on this bluff over here behind me. It sticks out about 35-40 feet in the air and about 80 feet out off the bluff. There'll be a couple of inflatable buoys there that the racers will aim for to kind of give them a zoom or whatever, you know, a target area, and they'll be running about, well, their top speed obviously by the time they hit there. Then they'll start shutting down, and they have a 1 mile time to shut down, and they must be at idle speed at the very end of the shutdown, which will be marked by 3 inflatable buoys down there. People actually can cross the course by going to the boat that's patrolling your cove, and then they will actually radio us and say, hey, we have a boat that needs to be crossing, and then we shut the course down and allow them to go ahead and cross at that time. It's usually never over 3 or 4 minutes, you know, time frames. We don't have a big shutdown time at all on it. We're going to have several patrol boats going up and down the green buoys, assisting individuals, trying to keep them back off the buoys. You'll be able to recognize them by the bright orange patrol shirts. They're there just to kind of, for your safety, to try to keep you back and keep the course going. If we have a big line that gets past the green buoys, we have to shut the course down in order to get it safe again. So please try to be cooperative with them. They're there for your safety. They're not there to try to be an issue for your day. They want you to have a good day. That's what this is all about. We're going to have a no-wake zone from the 31-mile marker, which will be marked by 3 no-wake buoys. There will be Water Patrol and Coast Guard Auxiliary down there to get you slowed down, and we need you to stay on the Captain Ron side of the bank as you come up and file up. There'll be signs that tells you through traffic. We appreciate your cooperation on that to maintain safety at our starting line. And there also, it's going to be a 36-mile marker is the upriver no-wake zone where it starts. And there'll be also watercraft up there, Water Patrol and Coast Guard helping you get slowed down up there from 10 o'clock till 5 p.m. both days. Please come out and enjoy yourself on Saturday and Sunday. It looks like we're supposed to have great weather, awesome weather.
We've always tried to make it a family event. Even when the economy was good, you know, we had outside people telling us you should be charging a gate. But we realized that for a mother and a father to bring their family because their kids love this hardware and they love swimming at shooters and dad loved talking to the racers, the only way we could keep that going was not to make the money off the public. You know, we made sure we didn't make money off the racers. Unless it's changed, I think from day one till today, the registration for a racer has not gone up. We made our money off the sponsorships. And we always tried to make sure it was something that mom and dad felt safe bringing their children to.
We'd come back from a race and we would take the boat apart, check everything over for safety reasons. I mean, you're going to go faster in the shootout than most races because it's calmer at that time. Shooters 21, you'd get the wind, you'd get the waves, so they'd have to tuck it in a little bit and, you know, make sure it was safe. But we would basically have our crew there, and it would be great because at the races there's pits and there's restricted areas to where they can see us through a fence or whatever craning in, and they could see us on the beach as us going by. At the shootout, it was like you know, excuse me, I got to get through with my tool bag to get on the boat, and there are the guys standing there like, you fire them up, you know, where's the trolling motor go, stuff like that, you know, all the fun stuff that everybody's having a great time.
The shootout is a whole different deal. It's a sportsman event, but it's really for a good cause. You know, that was the thing that got me when I first started running it, quite frankly, was how much time and effort the firemen and the volunteers put in getting this thing ready. And I don't think it got the attention, obviously, at first, but then it did evolve. As the speeds came about, you know, Powerboat Magazine, some other publications started really taking a good look at this on a national scale. It's turned into be one of the most eminent events on water, period. When I ran, it was a little 36 skater. The shootout record at the time, I believe, was 1:14, and we ran a 1:41 that weekend. And ever since then, I think the shootout has really turned into a true high-speed event, and it's just gone from there to where you see now speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour, which is really quite a feat on water. It's amazing.
The progression from the 3-day event to where it is today really makes a lot of us feel good that we turned it over to the public when we did. The event, when it first started running, our fire district was running 250 calls a year. When we turned it over in 2007, our district ran 1,700 calls that year. So as we grew with the area, the fire districts, we realized that to make this event go to the next level, we had to turn it over to the community, and hopefully they would have more time to invest into it. And I think the West Side has really shown that that was probably the best decision for this event, because we have gone from the Friday, Saturday, Sunday to a full week or longer of events wrapped around this one race.
2011 Shootout Poker Run. Woo!
This is a great event for a great cause. It started out, as a local event, bringing money to the lake of the Ozarks. It's a way to generate some more revenue for local businesses before the Labor Day holiday. It was always a dead weekend, and it's just turned into this great event. I mean, it's look at the people around and the money and people coming down here and it's stimulating the economy, and it's all it goes for the good of all the charities and the fire departments and all the people down here. It's just been a great event. We've been a part of it for a long time. We're sponsoring the poker run today, and we're just couldn't be happier.
Day. We've got an awesome turnout. Everybody's been great. We're slinging drinks, slinging burgers. Everybody's just having a great time inside, outside. I haven't been out here much. I've been kind of stuck back in the traffic, but we're having a great time out here. And like I said, you know, couldn't ask for better weather for this event.
I'll tell you what, it's been a fantastic week so far. You know, it was a little hot for the street party on Wednesday, but all the events have been going really well. Participation's been up this year. You know, it just really fell into place. We set up all day yesterday, went really smooth. So, you know, we've got a great crowd here today. There are so many people that have come down to the lake for most of the entire week. We had a lot of people coming in Tuesday, which is, you know, a couple days earlier than what they normally come in. So we're really happy with that. And just going really, really well right now.
It has been fabulous. We've been very busy. The weather gods have been good to us. We're on the 3-mile mark in Lynn Creek Cove. To all you old timers, it's called Possum Hollow Cove. Some people call it now Family Cove.
Or Fish Cove.
Our Fish Cove.
Yellow building.
It has been great here. Thanks to the poker run, thanks to the shootout. Having a great day here at the Fish.
One of the great ways to kind of kick off the end of the summer. Great opportunity to just get to see the action with the boats this weekend. We have people all over the United States coming in. Great way to meet people, especially at Backwater Jacks this weekend.
So far, it's been a great start. The street party Wednesday was unbelievable. Strip was packed. It was only the second street party Lake of the Ozarks ever had. unbelievable turnout. Stereo Shootout was an awesome result as usual. Had great sound systems there, great competition, new audio systems, just a lot of people having a good time displaying their toys and audio system. It was great. The Stereo Shootout's getting bigger and bigger every year. We've been running now this will be our 5th consecutive year. I'm really happy with the turnout. We got 27-foot Eliminator down there with a monster blower that came out from California. We got 410 Sea Rays with a monster system, loudest of the lake, Mark Lake. 4 consecutive years this guy's won the Stereo Shootout. Unbelievable sound system. Awesome hardware down there this weekend.
You know, this is it's a charity event. I mean, it is all about giving money to these groups that need some help. And these racers, they all understand that. And they spend thousands and thousands of dollars to load up everything and come out to the Lake of the Ozarks for the benefit of these charities. You know, they're racing for a plaque, you know, and a thank you and a pat on the back. And these guys, you know, when people see them, I want the community to understand that these guys are spending a lot of their own money to come here to help our community.
Seeing Dave break 200, Dave and Johnny, I mean, goosebumps. I get them every time. And you hear the crowd. There's videos on YouTube of a guy, he's like, holy cow, you know, he said different words, but the boat goes by and you're like, that guy was really enjoying his day. And, you know, that's what all the late nights and all the crazy hours and all of Dave's money go for, you know, to go fast and give the crowd a show.
We hit a point where we started growing. And, you know, we had brought Leo Case in, you know, to entertain the crowds, if you would, at Shooters. But what we were trying to figure out was how to get that information to the thousands that were lining up to watch the event. At one point, we brought Leo in, and we did a legal FM, low watt FM, to broadcast to the boats. But you know, Leo's a case. Leo is as much the shootout as Shooters was, as Captain Ron's is, as the fire department was, as Lake West is. You know, Leo and George Denny, who's been there since day one, have quietly, and I mean quietly, from the background done more for this event, or as much for this event, as anybody else who's been in the foreground of this.
It's really a proud moment. I mean, I think there's no doubt, and even if you talk to other racers, we established a level of, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for here, but a level of competitiveness in the sport that really elevated it.
As far as the shootout goes, it went over the years from Saturday morning, you know, PWC runs, followed by, you know, the speeds, to a week-long event almost.
The course is closed, but go ahead and cross.
My biggest mistake. getting like this. Too far to get like this.
We obviously are going to continue to try to grow the event. Now, we would like, you know, something going on every single day, something that we can raise money at for that event, so that we can continue to add to the monies to the shootout. I mean, our goal, you know, is to get to our near goal is to get to $100,000 in donations. Our long-term goal in over a 10-year period is to get to $250,000 in donations.
Well, you know, if you haven't been to the shootout, I mean, I think you should really try to go. And at a minimum, watch it on television. I mean, there's some great coverage going on around here at the shootout now. But I used to always say, you know, when we race for Budweiser, I'd say, grab you a cold six-pack, ice it down, drink responsibly, and come out and have a good time. And I think people should. It's a great event.
They love the thrill. They love the speed. That's why they do it. They do it for the adrenaline rush. Most of these guys, whether it's race car driving, boats, whatever it is, don't start as a young kid in go-karts, you know, for fame and glory. They do it because it's in their blood. The second reason they do it, a lot of them, they love for people to see their toys. They love, as much as they excite themselves with this race, to excite others with what they're doing.
You don't want to see a boat come in from California and beat somebody from Missouri, because a lot of people say when I'd be at races, yeah, we're from Missouri. They got water there. They got lakes big enough to. I was like, you don't even understand. Lake of the Ozarks is where it's at, and the shootout's where it's at.
Lake TV would like to thank the sponsors of the Shootout documentary: Backwater Jacks, Big Dick's Halfway In, BioClean, Captain Ron's, Central Missouri Marine Services, Lake of the Ozarks CVB, Dog Days Bar and Grill, The Fishing Company, Cowabunga, the iPhone app, Lake Ozark Solar, Ozark Yacht Brokers, PDQ Marine, Performance Boat Center, Mariners Pier 31, Polylift, Rough Water Docks, Shady Gators, Surdike Yamaha, Towboat US, Wake Effects, Waves and Wheels, Lake of the Ozarks Racing Photography,
I think this is a great event. I hope we do it every year. The people have really came out for it, and the guys have brought all their boats down, spent a lot of time and energy. I think it's great. I'm having a great time, and everybody I talk to is saying, why haven't we done this before? It's a good event. It really is.
You guys are obviously legends in the boating industry. We're here.
Well, that's because we've outlasted a lot of people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Bob's a legend. I'm just kind of around. I've been one of them guys who's been around forever.
Yeah, we've been around, and I believe that Bob and I have known each other for at least 35 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Yep. And
Maybe only 28 or 9, but
yeah, we've been racing in a lot of places together. We have a lot of friends that we share in California, and because a lot of my friends in California were originally from here.